clean. Clean removes all non-printable characters from the text. Clean remove all non-printable characters from the text. So let's take a look at it. So let's check this. Now you understand that we have James. James is a good man, but he is also a liar. If you check this text, you notice that it is not properly written. Now there has been so many spaces, there's been so many things or non-unprintable characters inside. So how do we clean it to be good? So just what you need to do. So let's come back to our formula bar and write equals to clean into brackets. Then let's select the tests. Then let's close the bracket. Then if you check here, you notice that James is now good. Now one thing about this thing is that any adjustment you make from here will affect here. If you decide to delete a text here, it will affect this text. So you can as well just to match the center, and now voila, your text is clean. So let's go to concatenate. Concatenate joins several text items into one text item. So concatenate join several text items into just one text. So let's work on that. Let's use this and this. So equals to concat into which one is going to be the first test. We'll select our first test. So let's say John is going to the field. Then we'll put comma. Which one is the second test? Then James is a liar. If you have many other tests, you can also put them. So one thing I will advise is for you to have good thing. So you can also say this. You can just put comma. If you want to have it very nice. So let's see if this work. And then yeah. So let's do it again. Let's add space between here and here and done. So if you check here, we've already concatenated this test. We've done concatenate. We join this test and this test together using concatenate. Then we make use of the comma. Now when you're concatenating, let's assume you are concatenating 2 or 3 tests and you want to add maybe space in between, or you want to add what's it called, maybe column, semicolon, you want to add full stop, then this is the best way to write your formula. So you can see John is going, so let's match the center. So this is John is going to the field. James is a good man, but he is also a liar. So that is that about concatenate. So another one, we have character. Character returns specified by the code number. So this is always used. So what is character? So equals to character. Now, maybe you want to return, there are some specified characters. Like, let me give you an example. 111. So you see, to return is a particular character. So there are some characters that had code numbers. So when you write numbers, so it return the character. The code number here is not correct. So like, so let me further explain our character. So I'll go to W. I'll go to W3 school to explain further. So when it comes to character, now character stand for that's we have the AXCI character. So the AXCI was the first character set encoding standard used between the computer on the internet. So ASA stands for the American Standard Code for Information Interchange. It was designed in the early 60s as a standard character set for computer and electronic device. ASCII is a 7-bit character set containing 128 characters. It contains the number from 0 to 9, the number of lowercase English letters from A to Z, and some special characters. The character set to use in modern computers in HTML and on the internet are all based on ACI. The following table lists ACI is 120 ACI characters equivalent. So here are the characters that we have, the ACI characters, like the dollar sign. If you want to check the dollar sign, you just do the character and 36. Let's try it and see if this works. Character and 36. Voila, the dollar sign has come. So if you want to do many other signs, you can see different signs that we have. You can see several signs that we have. So there's A to Z. There's A to Z. So if you want special characters, so that is how you get your special characters. Just understand the number code. That is the code number for each characters you want to use. Then you come to your Excel, then you write equals to character, then you write the code. So let's talk about exact. Exact check to see if two test value are identical. So here now let's see. So we want to compare with exact compare two tests and check if they are identical. If they are identical, to return true. If they are not identical, it will return false. So let's check. Equals to exact to bracket. Let's check for John here, comma, exact John, comma, John. So let's see. Now John and John are exact, so it returns true. That is to say, this character, that is this test, is the same thing as the test we refer to, which is A9. So let's say John's is equals to the same thing as James. You see it will return false. So it will return false because John and James are not the same. So let's say we want to compare these two tests. This test 1 and this is test 2. Now it will return false, despite the fact that we have John is going to the field, and this one also is going to the field. So it return false because now this is the sentence of it all. It is treated the same way. So now we have more than John is going to the field. We have also James is a good man or he's also a liar. So exact compares if two characters are exact, that is, if two characters are identical. So we have the upper and lower. Now, the upper and lower convert first to uppercase or lowercase. So let's check for that. Let's do for the uppercase and the lowercase. So first two. So let's change John here to uppercase. So we say upper to which text am I changing? John. Then I'll close the bracket, then John will be upper. So let's do for lowercase, then lower. So which other one am I doing? I still want to do use John. Then what about all these tests? So let's use John is going to the field. So let's use John is going to the field. So first two upper, then John is going to the field. If we check this, everything will be upper. So let's do another one. Let's do lower. And let's pick the same. Let's pick the exacts. So you see John is going to the field